Hi guys, welcome to, well, basically what's supposed to be a news video, I suppose. We have put the AAG, well, the ISOs are on AAG, that's better how to say it. So seed host ArcoLinux is something to remember, and you go to AAG. So you can download the new ISOs for beginning of June already, right? In 14 days we'll release it officially. But as you know, we've made a major change and we probably lost a few people and probably gained a few people. But basically these three ISOs are new ISOs, right? New decisions, new changes, Arch ISO updates, feedback from you guys from this month. And the things that we've done is, although Gnome and Plasma say Wayland is ready to roll out, right? We do hear that Plasma and well, the Arco Plasma ISO was by default logging into Wayland and is no longer. So if you have issues with Wayland, or if you have hardware that says no, Wayland will not work, right, by default we'll go back to X11, which means you need to, well, try and see if your hardware, and I'm talking about often Nvidia cards, right, work together with Wayland. And that's one of the major changes. Let me think. Another change that's interesting to test out is that if you do have an Nvidia card in your system, then you select it also in BIOS and UEFI. And if you go through the advanced installation, you'll notice a new list in choices. You can install the 340. Maybe we should have a look. So yeah, probably sudo pacman is enough, -S, and then Nvidia, right? As of now, you can also install the 340, the 390, the 470, the 525 drivers. That's for older machines or older cards that do not work with the default, which is still the same. We still have the Nvidia DKMS and it all works on core ISOs, the core members on ArcoLinux and the beta testers from ArcoLinux, right? But it's up to you to test the things that we don't have in hardware, and that's 340, 390, 470, 525, and you can select it. So what will happen is, if you do a selection of one of those guys, we've put in place remove Nvidia DKMS, install 340 or 390 or 470. I'm not saying and, right? You need to make up your mind and figure out in Nvidia drivers. Well, first of all, ArchWiki Nvidia. That's where you always go, ArchWiki something. And you'll see that there is a link immediately visiting driver download site, right? This is where you do your selection. I have a GeForce, I have a GeForce, I don't know, 600, and I have this version, and I go for Linux 64, and then you do a search and you know, I need the 470, right? It's as simple as that, but it is, yeah, a hurdle, right? It's not that, it's easier to say than to do it. Anyway, so we have the possibility now to select these things, and then it's still up to you, very much still up to you, right? You still need to figure out, you've installed the drivers, Nvidia DKMS is gone, 470 is in, for instance, so never select all of them, just make sure one of them is selected, and then it's still up to you to figure out how can I make it work on my system, right? But that's your challenge then. That's the main thing. The rest are just updates, and Arch ISO is updated. We've made some decisions, but later on we'll make a release video. This is not a release video, but more of a, guys, here are the ISOs. They're on AAG, ArcoLinux Auditing Group, which means help us out, right? If you have no clue what I'm talking about, this is our website. And helping out can be done with with donations, but helping out can be done with AAG or becoming a beta tester, and it's explained here what it's all about. Okay, so let us know if these ISOs are better for you on your end. It all matters, yeah, on kernels, for instance, on drivers. It's still very much figuring out what specifically, what's the sweet spot, as they say, for my hardware, what Linux kernel, what driver, what configs, etc. But there is the Arch wiki, right? So have a look at all the text it provides. All right, cheers.